Holy. Oh God.
She's a perfect example of yoga, and yoga meaning love.
Living yoga on all levels of her life. And that's, if you want to know what yoga is, you just need to meet Mother Yogeshwari.
You know, joy and sparkling eyes, even with 90. And you can see that God and your soul is really so open.
Calm, centered, unagitated person, not affected by all the stuff that goes on. And that reminds us that it's possible to be in the world but not be affected by it. So she's a teaching, her whole life is a teaching. And when I forget, I come here and I look at her and I remember.
What's the difference between real life and unreal life?
There's the question.
Oh my. Tara, you're a dangerous woman. You cannot change the world as we know so well. You can only change yourself. So it's only by being aware of your own thoughts, being aware of your own emotions, just being aware of them without getting too upset about it, but just being conscious of what you're thinking and where you're at. And then let the outside world come into view, perhaps a different view to what you had of it before. And nothing outside of yourself gives you ultimately happiness, maybe temporary happiness, but nothing which is in the world is going to last. Therefore, be attached to that which is lasting, which is the reality, which is God.
Feel so healthy and good looking, and still jump into the yoga class and get up into the handstand.
When you're in your 80s, it's like when you've just about finished school and you're about to go on holiday. You've just about finished it all. So you have nothing to worry about because you've got no future. So it's absolutely marvelous. You are free. Then, even. What are you working for? Nothing. For each day. So each day becomes special. Each day is a joy for you. You appreciate each moment. Not because it may be the last one, but you feel as if it is the first one. As Swami Shivananda said once, treat each day as if it is the first day of your life. When you're very old, you can do that. It may be the last, but treat it as the first. And that's what makes you joyous, because you're not worried about the future. You're not worried about where you're going to be.
Lovingness, cheerfulness, playfulness.
Quirky.
Jumpy, bubbly.
What really worries me about Yogesh is I think that she doesn't even have bad thoughts.
Mischievous.
Well, I think of her impish sense of humour.
How she lives her life is a teaching for me, because how we live our lives is the way we teach others.
She's always taught us by her example. She's always... She just doesn't think of herself. She's always ready to jump.
Yes, she's never selfish.
Yeah, never.
I think she really walks her talk.
Yeah, and I think that's the main thing, that Yogesh is a lesson in herself.
Yes, yes.
She is the book of yoga.
Yes, that, yes.
She's created this haven of peace, and there's so many people that have just being touched by just coming here.
Mother Yogeshwari saved my life. When I came to the ashram 25 years ago, my health was severely compromised and I couldn't even do beginners yoga classes, and very, very lucky to find Mother Yogeshwari as a remedial yoga teacher. And
I feel warm inside when I'm in your company, and I feel understood.
I remember sitting on the edge of my bed. I woke up and I sat on the edge of my bed and I put my feet on the floor, and I realized this wasn't the same body that had gone to bed the previous night.
Nothing is impossible in this world. If God wants to do something, it will be done. That's why we have to say, "Thy will be done," not mine.
And my immediate response was that because this was the time that I woke up from my yoga practice, but it had something to do with what had happened through my remedial practice. And I went to my diary and I looked, and it was 6 months to the day since I had started.
Be love. You have to be love. You cannot cultivate love. You cannot force love. You certainly can't force anybody or anything to love you. But you can love them, irrespective of whether they love you or not. There must never be a condition to love. So love is actually unconditional, completely unconditional. It should be something which happens so naturally. It's something which somehow makes your heart overflow. Love is something which can never be destroyed, whereas attachment can never last. Attachment is a clinging, and love is free. Love is the same as freedom, and love is the same as God. If you're trying to attach yourself to somebody because you want to possess them, it's bound to cause trouble. It's bound to cause sorrow. And we do get attached to our loved ones. So that is just something we have to learn to look at, to observe within ourselves, and to love them. It's got nothing to do with not loving them, but love them, giving them freedom to grow.
And not hanging on to stuff. So if something happens, you don't hang on to it. And she's a great example of that.
One only knows whether there is love if it has been tested. And in the many years I've been here in the ashram under Mother Yogeshwari, I can truly say that I have witnessed the many tests and of Mother Yogeshwari having to undergo what all people have to undergo, being insulted, being hurt, witnessing misconduct.
So being hurt is a sign that you've got plenty of ego left. But if it's a momentary hurt, but immediately a realization that it is the ego that's hurt, and so what? Or if it is something which is said which is a bit of an insult to you, if it's done out of anger from the other person or something like that, accept it as that and don't worry about it. But if it is something where there may be some truth in it, have a look first and see if there's some truth in it. And if there is, then you can be thankful that it's being pointed out.
And yet, through all these many events, I've seen that Mother Yogeshwari has always maintained her love for that person.
We do not know what God is, but we only know that God is perfect, must be perfect. We only know that God created everything and everybody. For that reason, we accept other people, no matter if they are different from us, if they have different opinions. We have to accept that's where they are. This is my opinion, that is their opinion. And together we are working towards Godhead, always. We're all here for that reason. Surrender that feeling of dislike that you may have. Take that out of you. Try and create a channel of light from you to that person that you don't feel at one with. You'll be surprised what happens. And where there is love, as Swamiji and others have quoted, there is no fear. You can never be afraid of anything if there is love. Because love and fear contradict each other. Everybody is capable of reaching that. Everybody is capable of having that. That's the beauty of it. It is not centered on one or two special type of people. Just ordinary sort of people who have love in them. They're the ones that get close to God.
You practice this every single moment of your day. It's just absolutely wonderful.
I don't know, it comes from God. It's love. It's love, so it must come from God.
Our heart is overflowing with love and gratitude for what we have received. And it's funny enough, it's an ongoing thing. You feel so grateful that you want to do something for everybody. And the more you do, the more blessings you get. So it's ongoing, isn't it? Yes, it's ongoing. But then God never gets tired of giving. Why should we? Why should we feel that we can't give enough? We can give this infinite amount that we can give. We must never feel that there is a lack of supply. There is an unlimited supply of love and grace for us.
Grace and God's light.
The main sign, if you want to have a sign, that you're progressing is whether you are sort of deeply contented and whether there's a kind of a joy within you all the time that doesn't go away, that doesn't come because of something outside, it's just there. Sooner or later there will be disappointment. But if you do something with love and joy, then there's no disappointment because you're not doing it for any reason other than that you're doing it. Then it's a natural thing to do. Something's given to you, you do it.
Inner joy. She radiates happiness.
You are love, you are kindness, you are light, and you joy.
This is somebody who knows the truth. This is somebody who knows what love is. And to me, she is love in everything that she does.
So, where's love?
Yeah.
Love is always existent. Love is always there. It is never ever absent. Only we turn our backs to it. So it's our choice as to whether we face, like we face the sun, or we say there is no sun and sit in a dark room. It's our choice.
That this is pure energy that comes through Mother Yogeshwari. And we are so blessed to have her here with us now. It's a blessing, an absolute blessing. It's a blessing to be here at the ashram. It's a blessing to be in her presence. I love her.
And God is in he, she, and everybody, every animal, every plant, everything is God. All is God. When we really, really feel that, then we are close to becoming God-conscious or self-realized beings. That is actually the goal of life. That is the ultimate, when there's absolutely no ego, but a divine will working through this instrument, this body, this mind. Then everything is divine.
God has been good, extremely good, in enabling you to bring God's light to a few more of His children. It is His job, He is doing it. Supreme blessings.